Done. That's done. Let me start this bad boy. This bad boy. Mm, stop that. Cardano price prediction. You know, the more you type it, right? I think Cardano's gonna go to $1.29. Exactly $1.29. All right. That's the number it needs to go to. It will not touch any other number other than that. I know you're right, 130, but it's 129. That's all I'm gonna say. Cardano $40. 50, I think 50 is a reasonable number. I don't know where it came from, but I think 50 makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know why. It makes you feel like it's just like one of those homely numbers. All right, put that there. All right, okay. Now, let's see if this picks it up. If it picks it up, we're Gucci. What are the chances of being Gucci? Are we gonna be Gucci? Oh my god. It looks like we've been Gucci. I've learned that word Gucci. Does it sound good when it comes out of my mouth? Can I say that's what she said? Or is that wrong? Yeah, that's what she said. Whatever. Um, bro, $50 is way too high. Okay, $49. $49 makes sense. How about we get a dollar first? No, $49 or nothing. All right, that's gonna be $49. XRP is gonna be $350 billion. We go with realistic numbers. Good evening. All right, now can someone on X type something? Let me type something because you hate the quality. All right. Did that work? Please say it worked. Yeah. That's cool. Right, cool. What's my largest holding? Bitcoin by a long shot. All right. Look, I'm gonna go through the graphs and everything else, right? Because we're getting into some sketchy places, right? The danger is that if we do not hold that 100,000 or 101,000 area, then we're most probably going to go around the 94 to 96, around that area. In fact, yeah, around the 94 to 96. Aside from you, who would you say are leading crypto analysts and experts? I don't know, man. There's a whole bunch of them. I don't really follow anything. I kind of take information from all things and see whether it matches with my understanding of the market, right? That's the situation where we are right now. At this present moment, Bitcoin is on a downtrend, right? I wonder who Batman is, Dalton. Did you have any idea who Batman could be? I wonder who Batman could be in the pro group. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know who that could be. Someone famous. That's all I'm gonna say. Where was I? Right. So that's that situation where we are right now. Now, famous person I've heard. Yeah, it's a famous person. Yeah, getting there. um. What? And TikTok's changed so much, man. Every single live I get, someone saying someone has sent you a message to contact you. I don't know where they're contacting me, but it ain't anywhere that I know. That's all I'm gonna say. He's Robin's mate. In it, in it, brev. Now, yeah, this level needs to hold, and if it doesn't, it's looking sketchy, right? Because it could be then a full deviation back down into this level of a trend line, right? So when we expect a turnaround, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna talk about something right now. It doesn't matter who is printing money. Batman for Fed Chat. Thank you so much. Um, this is the thing I'm gonna say. There is a bit of a weird scenario going on in the market right now, right? Because the thing is, what I will say is that there is heavy bearish sentiment, extreme bearish sentiment, and I don't understand where it's coming from. In fact, you know what? I'll start strong, right? I'll start strong so I can give you guys an understanding of how insane it is right now. Just so you understand, right? There's a really cool graph that I found out through heavy thing right here. This, right, is the Michigan Consumer Index, right? And this shows consumer sentiment in the market, right? We are at levels, right? We are at levels which are at max recession level. We are at levels, right? We are at COVID levels. We're at levels where the market was in massive drawdown. The market sentiment is so low right now, and I don't understand why. Why is the market sentiment so low right now? Why? That is the question you need to ask yourself. Because if you look at some key factors, right, and I'm gonna go, as I said, I'm gonna start strong today. I've had some medicine, so I can last about an hour. About an hour can last, right? If we look at some key factors, and we try and understand the barometer of the market, which I would say is the S&P 500, right? We need to make sure that we hold this strong. And there's this level of humongous. But it says because society is ruined. But is it? Is it? It's not Ukraine. No. That I ran out of that. I would be in a different level right now. It's just, normal stuff. Where we are right now doesn't make sense. It doesn't, right? It's not making sense right now for sentiment to be at full-blown inflation spike. This is by the way, I'm pointing at the screen as if I know what I'm going to like you guys can see. This is COVID inflation spikes. These are previous look, the 2008 to 9 recession. Like, we're at full recession level, right? The sentiment was higher than it is now. Why? If you look at certain other factors, like I'll show you some other things. I mean, I'm going to show you this stuff, so because it doesn't make sense. If you look at the expected earnings to earnings, they're increasing. If you look at the actual spread, actual percentage earnings, not just like earnings levels, but the amount of profit they're earning, they're increasing. If you look at what's it called? If you look at foreign forecasts and S&P 500 index movements in the next 12 months, it's all pointing to higher levels. If you look at European growth metrics, it's higher than it's ever been. If you look at companies, all right, I just want to explain this because it's doing my head in. Everywhere is bearish, and it's just incredible. If you look at, everyone's talking about tariffs and all this kind of stuff. If you look at companies, in the US companies, in the S&P 500, that have more than 50% of their earning structure outside of the USA, their earnings are even higher. By the way, if I don't get 10,000 likes, I ain't talking anymore. I'm being serious. There's 100 of you here. Press the like button. Jesus. I'm not asking anything of you guys. Oh my lord. Just press the button. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's just the two. Someone just went, there you go, man. That's all I'm going to give you. This is the situation where we are right now. We're in a scenario, because if I can get it to 10,000, then more people will join and I can get more questions. That's the key thing. That's why I'm asking. It's not because I'm asking about anything else. That's the thing, right? So where we are right now, where we are sitting right now, is that we're in a scenario where all the data is pointing towards future growth, but the sentiment is all pointing towards lower than recession levels. And this is the thing. Inflation is not tough. Someone said inflation's tough. Inflation is going down. The rate of inflation is going down. Inflation is not an issue. The only issue right now, and I'm going to say this to you right now. I got it to 1K. Thank you so much. It usually should be 100,000, but you guys are being very nice. What I will say is this, right? What I'll say is the only thing right now that the market could ever and I mean in any way cause any real understanding of where there could be this market sentiment, is unemployment. It is the only thing, right? Apart from apparently Mr. Donald Trump spending an hour in apparently, allegedly, I don't know if you guys heard about it, but Donald Trump may have spent some time, may have spent some time in a room in Epstein's house with someone for over an hour. Allegedly, I'm almost certain that didn't happen. Please don't sue me, Donald Trump. I am not the BBC, right? So, inflation is an issue. I want everyone to understand this. I want everyone to understand this, right? Answer me this question: Do you think inflation in 2022, after the biggest liquidity injection into the market in every single level, is more of a concern than it is now? I want everyone to answer me this question. Good evening, I think the sentiment is so low because people think they don't have a chance in this highly manipulated market anymore against the institutions that are in this cycle. No, I'm going to show you something about that as well, right? This is the situation where we are right now, right? You need to, I mean, I'm just looking at all the possibilities of where the market is right now. Yeah, there's a bit of a drawdown. There's redistribution happening. All this kind of stuff is happening, right? He's an old man. He needs more than an hour to warm up. I'm not going to comment on that, Pisa, right? I'm not commenting on the fact that apparently Donald Trump spent an hour in a room with the alleged... There's going to be a lot of alleged is what I'm saying. Alleged, with a lot of alleged going on. I would be in and out in 3 minutes. Ah, my man, Lee. Oh, wow. That's why you're married. 92, here we come. I would say between 9, if we do go, it would be 94, 96, somewhere around that level, right? Now, this is the situation I'm going to see. Like, sentiment right now and everything it's at absolute lowest levels, and nothing is giving me the reason why this is the case. As I said, the only thing, and not to say that this is not a problem, and I want this to be clear as well, right? Unemployment is a real problem. Now, I want this to be very, very, just said 186 likes. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Guys, please, can you press the like button? Just press that heart button. Honestly, I'm giving you guys so much information here. Anyway, whatever. I guess you guys are on the other platform. But even on the other platforms, please press the like, the bell, comment. It really helps. That's all I want from you guys. Unemployment is a real problem. Because what Powell said, right? What Powell said is that initially the risk is towards unemployment, and inflation is not a problem anymore. And the data is showing that, even though the government is shut down. And I hope that this government reopening will give the Fed enough data to start cutting. Because I will say this to you, right? I'll say this to you. When the Fed starts a rate cutting cycle, 21 in the last 21 out of the last 21 cutting rate cycle, market analysis discuss crypto prices. Thank you so much. 21 out of the last 21 rate cutting cycle starts has ended with the S&P 500 moving at least 15% higher than it is now. I want everyone to understand that. I need everyone to understand that there are a lot of liquidity injecting scenarios right now that we need to look at. We are looking at things where liquidity is coming into the market, and this level of fear, in my understanding, is unjustified. Everyone is bearish, everyone. But when you look into the data and understanding of why they're saying it, there is nothing there to give me an understanding of where this bearishness is coming from. It doesn't make sense to me right now. And I'll tell you, look, I'll show you something else right now. Like, I'll show you something else. Even though, in fact, until I get to 5, I'm not going to show it to you. 5,000, I'm not going to show it to you. I have to, like, eke it out of you. Otherwise, I'm not going to show you something. there's something really interesting about Bitcoin I was going to show you, but you know, seems like you guys are not willing to press the like button. Then why should I even like do anything? Honestly. Right. So we look at the S&P 500 bearish become a trendier next. It's because what goes. This is the situation now. I'm not saying that Bitcoin is not in a downtrend. That's another situation, right? Right. I'm not saying that Bitcoin is. Why is it sad? What do I need to do this and then what? Well, I don't get it. You know, there's this really cool thing, Astrobits, right? You know, on the top left button, there's that the YouTube sign. If you can press that and then go watch someone else that's not going to want likes. I'm joking. I love you. Stay here, please. Right. This is the situation. So I'm not saying this is not on a downtrend at this present moment. We are on a downtrend, right? And the reason why we pulled back from that point and where we were sitting at, hasn't the percentage gone down to something like 65% from a rate cycle from 95? I will show you. Can you thank Batman for the tip in the pro group? Got a nice 1 to 7. Yep. Batman is famous, by the way. He's a very famous person. This is why I'm gonna limit the entrance in target to 200. I mean, I'm being serious. 200 is the maximum. Is it 200? Let me just make sure. I think it's 200. I'm gonna put a limit on it. There isn't a group like that. I'm telling you. Just make sure. Yeah, 200. 200 is a maximum I'm going to limit to. It's that's it, right? How many in the pro group now? I think it's about 100, something like that. 200. And the only way you'll be able to enter from that point on, right, is going to be through the Fat Cat, and that's it. It's the only way, right? If I could tell you who that person is, he won't allow me to. He won't allow me to tell me who he is, but he's very, very well known. Like, really, really well known. Some might say he's in front of you. No, I'm joking. I'm messing around. That's where we are right now, right? If it breaks this level, the 100, say 101, around that level, if it breaks that, then this thing is going to go down. And at this present moment, we are at that moment where we're on a downtrend, right? And the reason why we had that it didn't work is because, as I said yesterday, that if it doesn't regain a key level, which was, look, I was zooming here, and I understood exactly what he was doing. If it doesn't gain a key level, the 105.376, right? Yeah, Trump's an amazing trader. Is this? Give us a clue. I ain't giving you a clue, man. Just enjoy. He's past what 4-5 trades have been bangers, like actual bangers. Is this right? Because it couldn't beat its previous high, it got rejected and it went down. Simple as that. This is the situation where it is until Bitcoin can break above its previous high. And to be honest, I would say I would say this. The number it needs to reclaim. Let's go yellow. Is that? I would say around 110,589. Let me look at the heat map as well. Hey, Jesus, you read my mind. Jesus read my mind, guys. Jesus, man. You keep reading my mind. What do you think about Filecoin? I don't think anything about Filecoin. I don't understand why that pumped. That's really such a bearish sign, to be honest. But anyway, let's look at the heat map. Where's... Jesus read my mind. Jesus read my mind. Let's look at 24 hours. Is there anything on the 24? Comes naturally from me. Yeah, cool. It doesn't really show anything on the 24-hour. Let's look at a longer time frame. Let's look about a week. What's it, the week? Anything show on the week? Mm, not really too much. Let's look at the 2 week. Come on. Ooh, that looks like a sexy line. What's that? Over 3, 4, 500 million around 111. 111. 111. What did I write? So close. Oh my god. Yeah, around 111. So if we move this a little bit, we're talking around this area. Yeah, there we go. It needs to pass that. I would say, forget 111. I would say 100, 110. 110, 111. That area there. Bro, I have literally haven't said anything about your predictions of the markets. Bro, you haven't. Bro, you literally haven't said anything about your predictions for the markets. But Cardano to 129, right? You need to understand that but down is the only direction at the moment. Unfortunately, yeah, people lose hope because every dip they buy gets. Yeah, but this is the thing. You need to understand the trend, right? I gave the predictions. Cardano, Cardano to Cardano to 129, right? I'm giving my predictions. Cardano is going to 129. That's what I'm saying. I'm bleeding anyone else. Yeah, everyone is. This is the situation. Yeah, it's still happening. Oh yeah, tonight. Watch the X and you'll see. I haven't been very well. As you can, I don't know if you guys have been here for a while, but I haven't been very well. So even now, I'm not particularly 100%. And to be honest, I'm going to Lisbon tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to deal with all that crap. But anyway, Bitcoin's digital code. My God, you guys, just everyone is like anyway. But isn't it possible a market is just waiting for those House votes on the shutdown? But yep, could be. It could be. This is the thing, right? The only thing that I'm not the biggest fan of is that we really need to start seeing some volume come up, and we need the you going to Lisbon? Yeah, I'm going to Lisbon for like crypto conference and then like social media conferences on that side. I'm tired of winning with that. You're looking better, Alvarez. You're going to Bitcoin conference, yeah, in Lisbon. It's gonna be with Joshua Jake, and then on top of that, I'm gonna be also going. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see to a few other things and everything on that level. We'll see what happens. I'm Portuguese. Fantastic, great. I don't think I've ever been. Have I been to Portugal? I don't think I've been to Portugal. My wife has many times, but I haven't. But this is where we are. The only factor that it's that doesn't make me really happy is the fact that exchange volume is dipping as well. These are not good things, right? Dips into reductions in exchange volumes are usually not great signs. So that means that we could have some more further downside in this market. We'll see. We will see where it goes. But I'm saying, I can't look. I cannot see a reason why this market is going down. And then the only thing that I can see is fear of unemployment. And let me get to that. That's what I'm talking about. Now, unemployment is a real problem, right? Unemployment is a real problem, because what the Fed has done, what the Fed has done is that them pausing and saying maybe there isn't a rate cut where there is obviously an unemployment problem or a job creation problem. When it's obvious that this is the situation, right? Then I'm going to say is this: if the Fed, and I was saying this in the nicest possible way, if the Fed does not cut, then I will say that there is a real problem. The Fed is doing the wrong thing. I would bet my squeaky chair that they're going to cut. And I think this little game that's being played between Donald Trump and the Fed, it needs to stop. And I'll say this: if they start cutting, they will. I'm almost certain they're going to cut. Big Bird, I'm almost certain. Yeah, I'm almost certain, right? I'm at that point where as I said, I'm putting my squeaky chair on the line, and I love my squeaky chair. Although I'm gonna have to change it soon, because I was gonna change it and then I couldn't just couldn't do it. The solar, I can't say that word, is affecting the internet. I see you blurry. What? Dimitri, Dimitri, you're right. Do you need help? Boss printed today. I'm glad you guys printed today. I'm glad you guys printed today. I brought real bossman into the group. Uh, we're in a bear market. They will cut into next year before we see big moves coming. No, I bear market in what sense? When you say bear market, what do you mean in bear market? You mean in the S&P 500? Do you mean in Bitcoin? Do you mean in alts? What are you talking about bear market? Because I'll tell you the SPX is in the bear market. Bitcoin isn't in the bear market. What are you talking about? What did you work before your investing? I was an investment banker. Then went into physical commodity trading, and then went into this thing. They went into sort of social media marketing and all that kind of stuff, and then went into the community, and I wanted to try and help out as many people as possible. Are we gonna chop like this until rate cut? I would say until there is clarity. I think the Fed, the government opening is going to be a key factor here. It's where they sell bears. What? Bear market, as in we're running on recycled liquidity. I'm taking stocks, crypto. Look at bonds. You're talking about recycled liquidity in cryptocurrency, not in the S&P 500. I hope you can make the the distinction between that two, because I want you to understand that M2 money supply is on a massive tear at the moment. Liquidity is there. Liquidity is growing because earnings are growing. Right? Everyone needs to understand this fact. You need to have a real clear understanding of what you're talking about, because all of the markets are on a high and they're ripping at the moment. And it's not like a singular few stocks are like this. Everything is doing well. You look at profit margins, they're doing well. You're looking at degree of profits, they're increasing. All of these things are not what you would call a bear market. This is the situation where I'm trying everyone to understand. This is what I'm trying to get to, right? This is the thing that for all that understands. And if you look at at Bitcoin, when you say recycled liquidity, if it was recycled liquidity, how did Bitcoin go up 150% in over 2 years? See, these type of statements that I know the people who recycle this crap, right? What they don't, what is the issue right now? It's sentiment rather than anything else, right? It's sentiment, not liquidity. Liquidity is there. Look at the money markets. Just look at the money markets. It's $8 trillion sitting there at the moment. You look at what investor confidence is at the moment. It's at the lowest it's ever been. But why? Why? Why is inflation increasing not a sign of consumer sentiment going down, but inflation going down? It is. The problem is unemployment. Unemployment and job creation is a real bad thing, right? And the Fed needs to, and I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if the Fed doesn't cut 50 points in the next cuts. I would not be surprised. I want everyone to understand how scary this unemployment and job creation thing actually is. That is what's causing the problem, not companies' earnings, not company growth levels. That's it. I mean, I'll give you an example, right? It's the best way to describe this. And a good friend of mine in sort of in a hedge fund told me this today. I was chatting to him because he was like, this bearish sentiment is really starting to annoy me, because at every point where people are bearish, the S&P 500 actually outperforms them. They're allowed to cut before. That would be a bad sign. They should never cut. They should never do an emergency cut. They should be what is expected, right? And we will know once the government opens up and this data comes out. I'll tell you, if unemployment is bad, the markets will rip, like crazy rip. Trump failed pumping for longer than one. That's the issue. He got pumping issues. Market can't pump. Hey, he pumped the markets, right? Come on, someone his age has one pump in him. The market pump is what he could do. All right, that's why I was in the room. They're talking about how everything is great and billions and all that kind of stuff. Are they allowed to? What do you think about the government shutdown in the US? It's stupid. It's stupid in politics, and they're damaging the market accordingly. I would say this, right? If I was to, where I would worry is this number here, this area here. Let's move that down a little bit. That is my worry point. I think it's going to retrace all of that wick. If it breaks that, that's when I would be like, okay, yeah, we got a much deeper correction coming in. And it is at real squeaky. This is why I wrote danger. That, my friends, that's the danger. How do I do a circle? Never done a circle on TradingView. Is there a way to do a circle? Is it circle? Ah, circle. There we go. That there is the danger point. Right there. That's a danger point. That needs to hold. Brev, that needs to hold. All right? And that's on the weekly. That's why the way that this week ends is going to be paramount. And it's surprisingly and very interesting that the fact that the government will most probably open tomorrow. I was expecting Monday, but they can go through, but it'll go from there. That's the situation where we are right now. What's in danger zone? Price, Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes into some, if it breaks that level there, that's going to be problematic. There's something wrong with the likes. I have given you 4,000 myself. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I think you guys. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's happening. They're voting today. The results to be expected in about 2 hours. Yeah, it's going to be important. The government needs to open up so the Fed can have the right data. I expected the Fed to front run this, and I think they're doing it the wrong way. I think they're really, really doing it the wrong way. What is Trump trying to accomplish by doing all of this? To get what he wants. Spending. That's the thing. It's, you need to understand something about politics in the USA, right? Money runs everything. And if people are expecting certain things, they will do whatever it takes to get that. And they will destroy whatever it takes to get to that point. But I'll say to this, right? I mean, I'm saying if I could get to 10,000 likes, I would show you something, but I don't know what's going on. So let's just keep it as it is. If shutdown ends tomorrow, it won't cause a pump. It could do. It could do, because this is the thing. Hey, bro, hope you're doing well. Thank you so much, Eli. Thank you. You're the first person to ask me if I'm doing well. I'm okay. I'm still not 100%. Like, I'm still not. I don't know what it is. There's weakness in my body, but I'll show you this, right? And I'm gonna do this because I saw. Try wants to buy McDonald's. I'm gonna show it this way, right? Because I saw some other streamer using my graphs in it. Someone was using my graphs in it, and I was like, "Excuse me, Brev, 9.99, please." We see you because you're smiling. Well, there are things that can make you smile. Yeah, that's where we are. So this is a graph that you guys should all get very well acquainted, right? And I want everyone to pay attention, right? How dare they? Yeah, exactly. I want everyone to pay attention. This is very, very important. I'm doing this because people like, do all that kind of stuff. 2 for 9.99. 2 for 9.99. This shows. This is okay. What this shows, what this graph shows, is that this movement of Bitcoin, is a move away from speculation, right, into more institutional distribution. That's it. Right now, what's happening is that speculators are moving away from this market. And you know how speculators play with this market and why it's such a dangerous thing is because you will see pumps with low volume. You will see movements where where are we going here? Yeah, you will see movements up like this, but you'll see volume coming down. And the only reason why that happens is because there is speculators using leverage and high levels of liquidity that it's not there, borrowed liquidity, to push the market up, which inevitably will not be supported by spot buys, right? So where did that graph go? Where did that? I got so many lights and stuff on my thing. Okay, here we go. Let's move this back and then move it back up again. All right. So what this is showing is that it's not like the market is over. It is just moving into a different state of being right now. And that's what I'm trying to say. That's the fact that I need everyone to really understand and keep clear in your mind. Hey boss, I really want this market to be over so I can start the bear safely. I would say, okay, all right, all right. That's the situation right with it. So I keep this in mind. Understand that we're not capitulating here. This is just a full blown distribution. Kaboom! You said, bro. What? I've been in crypto for a year. It's been somewhat dissatisfying. Have you been in for a year? Have you been in Bitcoin? Have you been in Bitcoin? Say if you were here. Because if you've been in Bitcoin, it's been pretty good. Yes. And how's it been dissatisfying? Am I missing something? Nope, that's not the tool I want. When did you buy? They're up 70%. It's pretty good. I think you've done well for yourself. You said Alvarez rotation to RW. It's going to happen. Tokenized RWA, I think, is the future of this industry. Stable coins, tokenized RWA. This is recorded. Mark my words that that's the future of this industry. So the big moves of the past, like 2 to 5, no, not necessarily. No, not necessarily. See what happens in this market when sentiment comes back, and we're in a full blown rate cutting cycle, with stimulus checks and all the other aspects are going coming in, with all the crypto bills coming in, with everything else that's happening, and then on top of that, all of that kind of stuff. See what happens when that happens. Look at Sky News reports 8 small crafts. Okay. I find it amazing how you always make the time to do this every night. I really appreciate it. Hey, look, as I said, you guys need to understand something. I am not like all of these other creators that are here. I am not like all these other creators that are here to, not benefit you guys. I try my best to benefit you guys in every single way possible. I am not here to be here when things are good and disappear when they're not, as almost 99.9% of everyone that's in this industry. Literally. I mean, the only ones that are left in fact, I don't know of any. There aren't many analysts of this of the market that are still pinpointed into this industry left. Everyone else is just that and calling crappy coins. That's it. You know what I'm talking about? Not to say I mean I did call. I thought it would go better. I thought it would be better. I thought it'd be better. I mean, it did all right. A lot of people who were on my X did really well. Say, I have my moments as well. All right, give me a break. What's the deal with that 170 thing on NX? That's it. People on my I'll say this to you, right? I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show it to you one last time. Because when you guys come up to me afterwards, right, and go, "Hey, can I join?" and I go, "I did tell you over 350 bajillion times, right? I did say it, and no one listened to me." In fact, I'm gonna post it again here. I'm gonna post it again. Let me post it. All right, let me do a post. I'm gonna post. How do I post? What is life? One second. One second. One second. Where are we right now? Where is the group? Oh, here we go. How do I post this group? Oh, someone's left the group. All right, cool, whatever. More for you. I'm gonna pin this to my profile. There you go, pinned. I'm gonna pin it, Brev. Right there we go. I've pinned it. There's what? There's 169, right? People who are there who are not. It's like you can see it here. I pinned it at the top, right? View community. You can join all that kind of stuff. When this hits 200, I'm gonna open it to the pro group. There'll only be 200 places of this, so it'll be a cycle, and it'll be a monthly thing that will be there. That's it. After that point, I ain't letting anyone else in. That's it, done. And if anyone leaves, that's the only time it'll be a waiting list to move from there. The two things I dropped here, people have made because of the industry that I'm in and what I do. I get things very, very early, really, really early. And if you're here, you do well. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Are you okay? Did you get it? All right, good. Just making sure. Just making sure. Okay, well, ask the Joe. Fantastic, no problem. Okay, cool. Binance, OKX, and Bybit all are dumping their graph for it. For what? What are you talking about? I missed something. Gotta go to work now. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, of course, man. And look, other than that, guys need to understand. You know, I give information and data, and I try and make it a fun, interesting place, right? Because everyone is so bearish and down and we're cooked and this and the other, and just make it into a toxic environment. I try not to do that. It's so important that I don't do that, right? It's important for anyway. Let's go through these things. We'll go through a few other stuff. As I said, my voice is slowly disappearing into nothing. Yeah. Well, as I said, it settling down here is not great. If it on the CME, it looks like it could potentially tap between the 90 and 94 area, like this area. That might be closed. We'll see. We'll see. What? I didn't delete anything. What are you talking about? Nothing rugged. I don't know what you're talking about. God, honestly, some people just are like on another level. I just don't understand it. I might not, because of that, I'm not gonna put anything in there anymore. Everyone can talk to Haz about it. That's the reason why I'm not going to. I put it in there at 800,000. Honestly, whatever. Are you serious about someone giving it a trade now and again? I'll throw my hat in and prove myself. I have my own group. Fantastic. Great. Good on you. It's the Joe from TikTok. All right, cool. Where are we going? Yeah, so look. What I'm saying right now, and this is the thing that I remember there's an AI right. Okay, cool. Right. So this is a situation where we are, right? Market USDT dominance must not break this 5.44%, right? If it gains acceptance above that, it becomes somewhat worrying. We need this to keep trend. We need this to be a lower high and keep moving down. If it starts going over to those levels, and in fact, if it starts getting acceptance above the 5.7%, that's really bad, right? That's really bad. That's the issue that we face. Right? That's what we really face, right? So we need to make sure that's it. We don't want this to gain acceptance above that level. If it does, that's problematic. And to be honest, if it starts gaining acceptance at the 5.38, that also looks like there could be a problem from there, right? If we look at Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin dominance still looks like it's in decision point. I still think that this is going to break down, which could give some level of relief for altcoins, because in actual fact, alts still look particularly strong against Bitcoin. We'll see, because I think there's diminishing returns that's happening on that level. So there's going to be some form of rotation that will happen if Bitcoin is not paying dividends to its investors. We look at the DXY, right? We had a bounce off that exact zone that I was talking about previously. I said that this could be an area where we would have some a level of pullback, but up until that point where Bitcoin was sitting, that we would get some form of a pump up due to the Bitcoin USDT dominance. We were here, remember? I said it looks like it's going to reject down. That's why we got that pump, and then it found support at the key area of the 5.27%, and that's why we started dumping from that point on, right? As I said, look at these three levels. They're really important. We look at gold, and gold is doing some silly things, right? We need this to make a top soon. We need this to make a top soon. We need it to create a lower high soon, so this can go back down. We need it to break below the 3.997.6, and if the sentiment keeps moving in this direction, as this thing could start rallying back up again. We'll see. We'll see what the situation is. We'll keep monitor this very closely, and we'll be monitoring it in the pro group as well. One slight worry is that we got a bit of a spike in the VIX as well, which isn't great. All right. But we need it to settle around, as I said, the 15 to 16. Once it gets into those zones here, then we will see a gradual rise in risk on assets from there. This up is bad for risk on assets. Right. This is looking ever so good. And as I said, the number 3.89, if it breaks this level here, we're going to be seeing some real movements in not only in the S&P 500 but also in risk on assets. We just have to wait as we're getting a level of distribution happening in our markets. This is a problem, right? This ain't great, right? We could see this where this is sitting at this present, which is Bitcoin against gold, right? This is this has an inverse relationship between each other, right? If this is going up, it means that there's risk on assets are looking more likely. But I don't put too much weight onto this, because we're trying to if we equate Bitcoin to gold, then this has some sort of relevance. If we equate Bitcoin to a somewhat more of a risk on asset version of gold, then this has less relevance. And if we equating gold as a form of currency rather than that of what Bitcoin is, which is a store of value, then this has very little relevance. But be careful, watch this out. If this starts breaking down, we could see some problematic things, which will mean a spike in gold rather than from Bitcoin, right? It could be people moving into an area of fear, which I do not understand why there is fear in the market right now. Nvidia, maybe, right? Total market cap, because of the way that Bitcoin is holding right now, I've got a feeling this thing is just going to retrace and take out all those wicks, the 3.23, right? Which could cause some real problems in the market. We need it to be above the 3.68. It just needs to be above there. That's the level it needs to be. And each time we start going down one more step, we need to recover small levels initially. So we need to recover the 3.55 and then recover the where are we going here? The 3.369. These are really important levels to reclaim. But I'll say this, right? With liquidity sitting around this key level of the 110 area, 111 area, we have to see how this works. There will be a grab for that area because people are shorting everywhere at the moment. That's it, right? That's the thing that we need to look at. Where are we right now? Yeah, if we look at basically alt markets, right? Taking away Bitcoin and total three Bitcoin and Ethereum, it still looks relatively strong. It doesn't look terrible at this present moment. If we do not break below the 779 780, right, a billion level, we're still on a bullish trend here. It's really important to understand it. It's still on a bullish trend, which is a good sign, right? We'll see how it reacts off the 50-day EMA, and there's also that trend line there. We'll see what happens from there. Look at these are all reactive markets right now. Right now is about trading the market, right? There are a few good key projects to look at, but right now you trade the market, right? And that's why I'm pushing more heavily on the pro group that we move along. Ethereum, I really don't like the fact that this is sitting where it is right now. I don't like it, and the fact that we have the 21-day coming to cross over the 200-day will most probably cause this to pump up one more time, and if it can't break that cross that happens there, this will most probably nuke all the way down to at least 27. I would say 2742. That's what I would say, right? Make sure you guys watch this very, very careful. This looks like it's going to retrace the full run of this market, which will be wild if that happens. We'll see where it goes from there. We look at Solana. I said that it looks like there's weakness happening here, and that weakness went down. This thing could most probably, and I would say probably going to retrace back down to the bottom of this wick, which will be around the 145, possibly the 144 area, and we'll see where it goes from there. Yeah. One thing that I would like to also show you guys, going through the full stack of everything that while we're here in it, right? I want to show you one more thing, and I said to everyone that I was going to show it to all of you guys. Where we go, right? If we pull up my channel here, oh, you could hear myself. Stop that. If you go here, and if you go here, right, you get all the potential things to look for. Number one, make sure you join Learn by Alvarez. And secondly, I said to everyone that they should look at the VWorld wallet, which I'm staking. There's various factors and ecosystems that's going to be built, and I'll come back to that. Secondly, to go to the Stargate, right? If you go on Stargate, you see that after you have the VWorld wallet, it gives you the option to do this, and I'm going to show it to you guys here, right? You go here, you press, and you have the VWorld, right? Once you have it on it can be on your phone or your desktop. Let me just sign into this. Quality. Right. Okay, I'll break this back. I have some the amount that I can claim here really easily. You can see the base rewards, all the things that you can claim. And what's really, really interesting, right, is that you can, when you have it here, you have this ability to look at these NFTs, right? And it shows you the what you can achieve and receive and retrieve from what is here. And this is the thing, these refresh on a certain amount of time, and it's first come first serve. So this one has already sold out, and you have different versions. I have maybe 15 different versions of these at this present moment. So you go there, pick whoever you want to, you click on it, then you press the stake button, and then it's this thing where, look, you need to understand, like for example on this one here. So it measures it in 2 days. Every 2 days, you can get out of it. You can claim your rewards. You can claim all the other stuff that you could possibly want, and this gives you access to their crazy sort of world that they're building, which I will go through tomorrow, and which is all based on this third one here. If you want to go and check that before me, you can go and check that before me as well. Yep. If you have any questions on the VeChain stuff, you can let me know as well while we're here and everything else. You're showing charts. Yep, what? And that's the situation, right? Okay. What questions does everyone have? Is there any questions that we can go through? Anything that you guys want to see? What's happening? What's going on? And I will answer them. Any coins you want me to do? We have a few minutes left. I can't talk too much longer because my voice is slowly disappearing into nothing, and I have to be ready for tomorrow to go. Wow, my voice is going. Hello. All right, yeah, whatever. Questions, anyone? Everyone else has thoughts on Zcash when you're off to Portugal tomorrow. When you'll be burning. I've burnt it already. I just need to put it onto to the X. I will do one tonight. I promise you I will do one tonight. Yeah. This is the thing. So I'm gonna be burning the whole stack of everything that I have. And you guys can move on that. That's gonna reduce the supply like you would not believe. No thanks. No one wants anything. Pro group tomorrow, most probably. I'm just trying to sort out this payment thing. It's amazing. I may have to do it just in Sol or something, or Stables, when I do it individually, one by one. Maybe I'll need to do something on that level. Just make sure it's the right group. It's really important. Oh yeah, also look, this is the thing, right? This is another thing that I want everyone to understand, right? I want everyone to understand this. If someone with my name approaches you or messages you or says something on that level, because there's a lot of these people around my channel, that's not me. Unless you come to the Learn by Alvarez, which is this here, right? Which you can then verify it's me. Unless you go here, press that, and you go into the only through this. Don't search it. There's like 15 different versions of mine. Don't do any of that kind of thing unless you press this and you go to my specific place, right? And you go through there, and I'll put it into the X as well, that group. Unless you go there, I will not be contacting you. I want everyone to be very clear about this, right? That's it. Drumming forever. If you want to know the answer to that, you need to come to Learn by Alvarez. That's it. There's no place left in this industry right now, because everyone is seeing they can't make any type of anything from you guys, and I'm not here for that. I'm here to give you guys at the absolute lowest possible value for anything. That's the thing I want to say. I want to understand. Yeah, all good. Any other questions? Any other game? Can you spell out your term? I'm gonna, if you look, to understand that, come here, right? Oh God, where are we? Where is that? Go to my X, join this, and I'll drop the group in there. How about that? Where is the T place? Lamar, join, and I'm gonna put it in here as well. I forgot. Join, and I will put that. I'll put a picture of that in here, so you guys can understand, and I'll tag Lamar. That's for you, so you understand. It's amazing tea. Yeah. Any other questions? Was this did you guys gain information? Are you guys happy? Was this a good thing? Did everyone get? I clicked the game, but it sends me to Telegram. Oh, really? All right, I'll put it in here. I will put it here. The link. Why does it do that? That's so annoying. Stupid Telegram. In fact, let me try and change it now. Does it work now? Why not wake breath? Why you not? Why you not? Why you be crazy? Why? Why you be crazy? How do I share this? Okay. See if this works. See if I can change this out. Change this out. What? Why you know what? I'll try and change it somehow. I don't know how that works. All right, let me see if I can change it so if when you press it, it works. Hmm. Why is that not working? Anyway, I'll sort it out. I sort it out so you guys can have a way to look at that. What happened to Cadena KDA? I don't know what that is. What? I tried to log into Linktree and it says, if you want to log out, press this button. But I ain't logged in, Brev. What's happening? What's going on? Anyway, whatever. Here we go. No, the link is fine. Yeah, it says the link's fine. Let me try one more time. And Reza, see. No, that's not a URL though. Why you be crazy? Anyway, look, guys, I will sort out afterwards. I don't know why it's not working. But it should be working. Yeah. Anyway, look, guys, you guys are incredible. I'll catch you guys later. I'm in the program via MXC. Is there a time limit? No. Yeah, there is a time limit in the group for the MEXC thing. Those people who went through the MEXC thing, it's only a trial period where that will be there, and all MEXC applicants will be removed in time. Yeah, cool. All right, guys, you guys are incredible. You guys are awesome, and I will catch you all later. Yeah, peace, affection, and all that sort of jazz.